Okay, now this is actually shocking. I mean, okay, maybe to Jets fans it's not that shocking, but to me it is. The Winnipeg Jets have placed defenseman Sami Niku on unconditional waivers for purpose of contract termination. Now, when I saw this pop up, I legitimately freaked out. I was like, oh my goodness, are you serious? Niku is gone? He is not going to be on the Jets anymore? And then I started to think about it and tried to put myself in the Winnipeg Jets' shoes. Now, it's tough to put yourselves in the shoes of an entire NHL organization, but Sami Niku, to me, was always a really high-ceiling kind of defenseman. 24 years old, 2015 draft pick in the 7th round, all the way back then. 6'1", 194, left-handed, but he plays on the right side as well. I was always a super big fan, underdog kind of fan, of Sami Niku, especially during his time with JYP Jyväskylä in the Finnish Liga in 2015-16 and 16-17. In this time frame, he was 18, 19 years old. He was starting to produce a whole bunch as a Winnipeg Jets 7th-round prospect in the top pro men's league in Finland. And a lot of Jets fans were saying things like, wow, this guy has offensive prowess, He's tearing things up in the Liga as a junior player on the defensive side of things. What's going to happen when he comes over to North America? Guess what? In 17-18, he plays one game with the Jets. He gets a goal in that game. Fantastic. He's a point-per-game defenseman. I'm kind of joking, by the way. But his Manitoba Moose stint in his rookie season in the AHL was so astronomically good that I was like, yeah, okay, this guy's legit. Like, it's 2017, 2018. He's what, 20, 21 years old in this time frame? You take a look at the AHL and the point production that went down in that season. Sami Niku, he had himself 54 points in a full 76-game year. Elite Prospects isn't loading up right now, but he was one of the top defensemen in AHL scoring. And as a result, you take a look at what he was able to do. He had himself a whole bunch. Where's the awards over here? Right here, yeah. He made himself the all-rookie team. He was the best defenseman of the AHL. He had the AHL's Eddie Shore Award, and he was on the first All-Star team, too. He was spectacular in his AHL debut at 20 years old, and I was like, wow, this guy's going to be great. Eventually, he has himself even more point production in the AHL as the years go on with the Manitoba Moose. But the problem with Sami Niku was that he never actually got that full-time, that solidified role with the Jets. You can see the point production in the NHL wasn't really the best. 4 points, 30 games played, and then he had 5 points in 17 games played the year after that. There was still a sentiment going around with the Jets fan base that said, man, you gotta go out there and you gotta play Niku, man. Paul Maurice, what are you doing? The hashtag #FreeNiku was actually trending on Twitter several times throughout the past few years because this guy was seen as this high-ceiling, high-flair, offensively capable defenseman who wasn't really getting played big minutes under the Paul Maurice system. Now, as the years went on, you see the production kind of starting to slow down. 0.6 games in 2021 with the regular Jets. Sure, he was able to produce in the AHL, but he wasn't really in a position to show off that he deserved those minutes. And it got to a point now where if you take a look at the Winnipeg Jets and their decor, I mean, look, Schmidt's new, Dillon's new, you got Dylan DeMello back, you didn't lose him in the expansion draft, you have Logan Stanley, whom you're actually looking towards really developing into a top guy over here. The Winnipeg Jets just simply don't have any more room for a Sami Niku. And this right here, this entire lineup is without Ville Heinola as well, who is a very sustainable defensive prospect that they also have in their system and that they want to see really good things out of next year. So for Sami Niku, I mean, it's kind of tough for me to see it because I always kind of picture him in my mind's eye as that really good, top-of-the-line, best defenseman in the AHL kind of guy. But it looks like he kind of just got a little bit too comfortable in that role. He wasn't really great defensively in the amount of time that he played, and even though a lot of people were saying, okay, you just gotta give him a chance, give him the time, give him the playing time, give him the minutes, he didn't really show off that he ever deserved those minutes. So now, it's just kind of shocking, the way things have gone down. because he had himself a year left at $700,000. Now he has been placed on waivers for the purpose of contract termination, so any other team is going to be able to go out there and say, okay, we want Sami Niku, we're going to get him, we're going to sign him to a contract, maybe play him in the AHL, see how he does over there, have him as the best guy on our AHL squad, or see if he can play NHL minutes or whatever, see if his defense can actually improve after being placed on waivers and pretty much just eliminated from his team. So this is kind of the end of an era, eh? We saw a lot of people kind of memeing around saying, oh, Sami Niku, he's finally been freed. You know, everybody's talking about free Niku. Well, it's finally happened here. He is gone. No more Winnipeg for Sami Niku over here. We'll see where he goes, but I'm honestly still pretty high on him. Like, we know the offensive ceiling is there. It's just defense and sustainability at the top level. That's been tough to find with Niku, and I guess it cost him his job so far. So, talk to me in the comments, what do you think about Sami Niku being placed on waivers for the purpose of a buyout? Do you think this was undeserved? Do you think he deserves another NHL shot? Would you want to see Sami Niku head over to your favorite team if you're not a Jets fan? If you're a Canadiens fan, a Canucks fan, Red Wings fan, would you want to see this guy over in your organization? For me, Vancouver Canucks, I like the offensive ceiling, but our left side kind of needs, you know, defense with Ekman Larsson and Hughes over there. So, yeah, I would probably say no, but I would not be opposed if you bring him over to Abbotsford, for example, have him sell some tickets over there in the other parts of the Lower Mainland. But either way, talk to me in the comments what you think. If you enjoyed this video, Rolls 99, and bye.